film flame. Oh, well, I don't even know what that was. Anyway, so you probably realize now this is a little different. For some reason, I'm sitting down and talking, and that intro or whatever. Well, because I'm doing a weird video. Well, anyway, I was kind of not feeling the best for the past 2 days. I was kind of sick, so don't mind my voice. But anyway, we're going to be talking about. I'll make my first theory, and my theory about the John Pork theory. And before you get into that, so yeah, I haven't posted in 9 days, but it's fine. Now this video came out, so yeah, I hope you guys like this video because it's definitely a weirder one. So yeah. Before we get into the big things about the thing in the April and the stuff that happened then, before we get to those big stuff about Tim Cheese and all that, we gotta start from the beginning, his backstory. But before the backstory, this came after the backstory. But John Pork was a meme at first. That thing John Pork is calling with the weird pig meme with in April 2022. And so, but his bio, yes, I'm looking at a thing right now. His date of birth was September 12th, 1992, and he was born in Ontario, Canada, where, I mean, like, yeah, he was not in the USA. He did move to USA because he did get plastic surgery. John Pork got plastic surgery to make him look like a pig. He is a human, if you guys don't know. And he was always bullied for that, which he eventually did move, and I think in 2002. But so yeah, he's still single somehow. He's 5'8", 188 pounds, and his eyes are green. Some physical features about him, but here I'm gonna read a little bio. So I'm gonna read a bio about life in Atlanta because he did move to Atlanta. So while in Atlanta, John's mother decided that it would be best for John to move to be homeschooled to avoid the bullying and harassment faced in Ontario. And then in 2002, the John Pork's family residence was vandalized by pork bullies, which bad history in his back life. And he had a plastic surgery gone wrong at age 17 in 2009, with some pig DNA. And yeah, John Pork, he had a bad history with his family. He always was get bullied. But he was kind of chill about it a little bit. He was always in a gang. He was in a gang too. And he was in a gang as well. And he became very famous online about the whole meme. But no, he kind of became pretty popular at that point. But he was always getting bullied about his surgery, getting made fun of, was in a gang, you know. But John Pork, he kind of stayed okay about it, but he did get definitely mad about it sometimes. So yeah, John Pork. Some other things about John Pork is that John Pork is probably pretty sad because there's been a lot of stuff that happened in his life. Another bio about his early life was that he was people say he was very ugly. So it makes sense. He had severe bullying, which is weird. This is a little outdated, but it's, you know. So yeah, that's mainly his backstory. So let's get on to the real theory. Now we are on part 2. So this is a big day, March 3rd, 2023, where he was suspected. John Pork was suspected dead and killed, shot 72 times by a gang. Here's the thing. I think we should know this by now. This didn't happen. He didn't get shot 72 times. Even if he did, that would be insane. How would he survive 72 shots? Well, he faked his death, I think, so everybody believed him. But we know he didn't die on March 3rd, 2023. I don't think it even happened. But what if he did get shot 72 times and survived? That would mean John Pork is the strongest person in the world 72 times. That's crazy. That means John Pork is a master being. Is he invisible? Like, is he immortal? See, here's the thing. John Pork did not die. If he didn't die at this first time, what's coming up later will even surprise you. I think John Pork might be he faked his death because of all the backlash he had. I think if John Pork is that strong, he can even destroy the biggest bounty hunter ever. I think John Pork is stronger than we think. John Pork just made like a weak guy, as a goofy old pig look, but John Pork is stronger. I mean, if this 72 shots were real and he did survive, that's crazy. And what's coming up next even more wild. But John Pork, I think I might be onto something. John Pork is I don't think John Pork was ever a human. I think he's some sort of mutant pig destroyer thing. I think John Pork might be a god or something. I think John Pork is stronger than we think. Just to give a little recap, we now know John Pork did not die on March 3rd, 2023. But there is speculation that he died again, which he didn't die again. This is Tim Cheese. If you don't know Tim Cheese is some sort of rat guy who's dressed in a suit, which I like Tim Cheese personally. But Tim Cheese is the strongest bounty hunter in the world. And the weirdest, and so what John Pork did to Tim Cheese, John Pork cheated on his wife with Tim Cheese's wife, which was getting out of hand. Tim Cheese was like, nah. So Tim Cheese took out an AK-47 and shot John Pork, and assumingly killed John Pork. But we don't. Well, before we say if he's alive or not, Tim Cheese is the strongest bounty hunter in the world. Didn't do much damage to John Pork, and it only led him into a hospital. Yes, that's a big thing, but it didn't. Yes, I'll say it. It didn't kill him. He survived again. This is true though. This was considered the real murder. The real killer of John Pork was Tim Cheese, not the gang or whatever. That's old news. But John Pork's alive still. He's still posting on his social media page. John Pork's alive. And he survived the hospital. It only took a couple days. It was like 2 months or something. But he woke up like a week ago from his coma. The strongest bounty hunter to ever try to kill someone only gave him a coma for 2 months. That means I think John Pork can't die. I think I think this just proves my theory more. Tim Cheese couldn't even kill him with the AK-47. Maybe if Tim Cheese tried even harder, but if Tim Cheese can't kill him, who can? That means John Pork's stronger than we think, guys. John Pork's stronger. I think we might get outsmarted with this one, guys. Look out, cause John Pork, he's coming for revenge. After Tim Cheese shot John Pork, he went to the hospital and was like in a coma for 2 months, right? Well, now that we're back on that, he went to the hospital and was in a coma for 2 months. But you know what's the weirdest thing about this? He survived and he's alive. He's still posting. John Pork survived the hospital. If you were a normal human being, and if someone took out an AK-47 and shot you, I don't know exactly where, you would be in the hospital for probably a little longer and maybe not survive an AK-47 that close. It just gave him a coma. John Pork made a video when he was waking up. That means maybe he wasn't even in a coma. What if John Pork wasn't even in a coma? What if he just pretended? How would he make a video that quick? He just randomly woke up? No, he was recording to pretend everybody, oh yeah, I faked my death. He's trying to fake his death, but he can't. Some people know he can't die. He's trying to fake his death so we can get out all the bullying, all the stuff that happened. He's just trying to escape it all, but he can't because he knows people know. So maybe he paid Tim Cheese to kill him, or but it didn't work. He can't kill him. John Pork. I don't think John Pork can die. And other people probably think that too. And that means he's trying to fake his death to the people that don't know. But he's just trying to escape all the bullying that he still gets in the popularity. I think John Pork just wants to escape, but he can't. I think I solved it. John Pork just wants to escape, but he can't. He's stronger than we think. He's like a super being that he's immunity to dying. He wants to die. He wants to fake his death just to live in peace, but he can't because he can't die. That's my theory. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. John Pork out. What? No, I mean, all right, let's actually do it. Thank you guys for watching. 3, 2, 1. Film flaming out.